Hey, Kevin, let's go. We got a show to do.
Get out of the
Come
way!
on.
What?
Look out! Look out!
Hi, kids! You know what time it is? Well, say something! This is time for another exciting episode of Nascar Idiots.
You know, it looks like we're going to be short a little bit here. We got a little gap to fill.
Yes, we have lost one of our own. Mad Mikey is no longer with us.
But I think we ought to get somebody to replace him. I think she's got to look good. Just eye-appealing.
Hey.
Should we get something like Pam Anderson? What do you
Pamela
say?
Anderson, yes. Mike, see you so long. Pamela Anderson will be in next week.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Ah, never mind. April Fools.
Woohoo!
Whoa. Watch it. Somebody's going to get hurt.
Always wear your helmet.
April Fool.
Always wear your helmet.
All right, let me in here. You guys weren't thinking I was going to be here today, huh?
No, hell no.
You forgot your helmet.
I know.
You weren't thinking ahead.
I usually never do. All right,
Not
I got all my
crap
stuff.
anymore.
It is April Fool's Day today. You know?
It is, yeah.
So you're always kind of looking over your shoulder a little bit, waiting for something to happen. So, oh well. How you like my new ride?
I like it.
Brought in the new ride. You can't actually see it on camera. If we had a cameraman.
A cameraman. I am the cameraman.
No, but if we had a cameraman that could like pan around and stuff, you know. Look at that. Whoa.
Look at that beautiful.
That thing's a hot rod.
Yes.
And next week, week I was thinking maybe we'll ride the kitty cat.
The kitty cat.
Kitty cat. Yeah.
Yeah, we go and ride the kitty cat.
Today would have been the day to ride the kitty cat. It snowed out.
We had a snowstorm last night.
Blizzard.
Yeah. Oh, everybody's crying. Everybody had to go to the grocery store and stock up with stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
We all made it here.
Yeah, whenever it snows like that, you go to the grocery store, and people, like all the bread, all the milk, everything is gone. You can't tell me you don't have enough shit in your house to live for 24 hours. Jeez, I can live in this shop longer than that. I got enough body fat to hold me over. I got plenty of that.
An apple a day keeps the doctor away.
You know what? These may look like apples, but they're not. They're really snowballs.
Rocky Mountain oysters.
Yeah, they're snowballs. Right?
Snowballs, yes.
All right.
Never mind.
We got to talk a little bit about our contest. We had a bunch of entries into the thing. Thank you all for sending them in. We really appreciate it. Glad you're doing it. Hope we can get it going even further. Our contest is still on. We still have the same prizes available. First place was going to be a $250 gift certificate to DRH, our sponsor, or PistonDealer.com, our other sponsor, PistonDealer.com. Second place.
It's a good thing I'm here, huh?
Second place, $100. And third place, a hug from the doctor and about a half a gallon of nitromethane. And if you think we're kidding about the nitromethane,
Come smell it.
oh God, that's real. No, not so much. Take it easy.
What?
Just remember our little disclaimer. We got some on your paper.
Oh,
We're professionals. Please don't try this at home. You got to be happy on a day like today doing a show after coming off a weekend like Martinsville.
That was a good race.
I liked it. I always like Martinsville. I think it's a great race. It's a challenging track. Probably one of the most challenging tracks on the circuit as far as drivers go. And when you look at drivers that do well on that track, you got the Ken Schraders, of course the Hendrick group always does really good there. But I think that's a real driver's racetrack where you got to muscle that car around the track. You got to know a lot about your car. You can't rely just solely on a crew chief, I think, to say, give you the magic fix or whatever. I think that's a tough, challenging track. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy them races. Not quite as much as Bristol, but I enjoy that track.
I think it was a lot better than Bristol.
Far
better.
I would say this year, I agree with you, but I think overall, I think Bristol is a better show. Don't you?
Unlike this.
Yeah, I like this show. We're going to go through a little bit of race results here in a minute.
In a minute.
Yep, but there's a lot of stuff happened. Jack Roush is the big story. Jack Roush, Michael Waltrip Racing.
Ah, jeez.
I don't know what
My
happened.
bar.
Yeah, but I don't know what happened. Originally, when they first started arguing and the story came out, it was a valve spring. That was the first thing I heard.
A valve spring.
Yeah, that a Toyota team had a valve spring from Jack Roush.
Oh my God.
Well, somewhere during the week it went from a valve spring to a stabilizer bar, and we identified who the Toyota team was, which was Michael Waltrip Racing.
No.
Michael Waltrip Racing, I saw a deal last night, and he said that Jack and him have hugged now, kissed, made up, little, yeah. Isn't that sweet? You know, Jack looks like a real huggable kind of guy, don't he?
But does Michael Waltrip know the difference between a valve spring and a sway bar?
I don't think he does. So maybe that's why, because I'm sure he doesn't know. There is a little bit of a difference for those of you that have a little mechanical aptitude. If you look at a sway bar and a valve spring, there's a little difference. You know, they're not exactly the same, but I can understand where Michael Waltrip might get him confused. Because I'm not sure he knows which end of the car is the front.
Where are you going?
I don't know, he's leaving now. He's had enough. He's going to go get a valve spring and a stabilizer bar and show us the difference. Well, by golly, and he comes up with a valve spring.
A whole bunch of them at that.
Hey, and if you go right outside the door here, there's some stabilizer bars. So this,
Just because you're eating a banana doesn't mean you have to act like a monkey.
when he comes back, you'll be able to sell it. This is several valve springs, by the way, not just one. And when he comes back with a stabilizer bar, you'll all understand there's a little bit of a difference. I think the big thing there is that Jack Roush hates Lee White, who is in charge of Toyota Racing. Lee White used to be an employee of Jack
for many
Roush,
years.
and they disagreed and parted ways. I think this is just a continuation of an argument that's been going forever. And I would say that if it was I think we better check, see if he got hurt.
Doc might have really died.
Had it not been Toyota, had it not been Lee White, let's say it was Joe Gibbs.
Hendrick Motors even. I mean,
Yeah, if it would have been anybody else, I think Jack Roush probably would have let it go. But I think he hates Lee White so bad, and he hates this Toyota thing. Obviously, the guy's had a lot to say about Toyota. And I say the same thing we say to Tony. Shut up. Shut up. Go race your cars, Jack. Keep a better eye on your stuff. They say this stuff's laying all over the garage. Don't leave it laying all over the garage.
he makes it sound like, doesn't anybody else have a stabilizer bar? Like it's a whole new concept. Like I'm the only one who has a stabilizer bar.
Yeah, there's...
Everybody has one. You're not going to get anything off of just looking at a stabilizer bar. You got to know how to use it.
Well, and that's the point too, I think. I could tell at the local racetrack, you can go to some of these guys that we race against on a weekly basis, and you can tell him exactly what springs you're using and kick his ass every night, but give him the same springs or tell him what springs you're using, and he still has to make those springs work.
Yeah.
You can't just throw them in your car and voila, you got a fast car. You got to work at it a little bit. So I don't think that stabilizer bar by itself is that big of a deal. I think it's only because Jack Roush hates him. Well, and
This is kind of what it looks like.
a stabilizer bar.
Yeah.
And this is a valve spring.
And this
Huge is a banana peel.
peel.
Huge difference between valve springs and stabilizer bars. So, with all that said, I only got one thing for Jack. I really do. You're going to put that right behind me so I slip and fall on it. I got one thing. You know what? We had something for Tony last week or 2 weeks ago. I said, here's a little something for you, Tony.
Yes.
Well, here's
I think
a
it's
little
going to come
something.
back.
Yeah, here's a little something for you, Jack Roush.
Shut up and
Shut
drive.
up. I did hear, and I don't know if there's any truth to it because I haven't checked it out or confirmed it, but I did hear, and it could make sense, that the Ford Fusion and the Charger are made in Canada, the Impala is made in Mexico, and the Toyota is made in Kentucky.
That sounds
So-
about right.
Yeah, I'm not sure who's really the 4-in-1 here. You know, and we can protect our own little thing here and say that we're only going to let U.S. manufacturers in there, but then we sell a lot of cars internationally out of this country too. If you shut that off,
Yeah.
if we shut it off, they shut it off. I don't know if it's good for anybody in that respect. So the car manufacturers are struggling a little bit. I say to the domestic car manufacturers, get your stuff together and build a good product, people will buy it.